inspired me to do this topic because many of you as well, like for example, Claudia, she has been traveling a lot. She has been in Scotland for the weekend, eating out in the airport. Sometimes she was getting like a really good deal, sometimes not. But it's just understanding that as long as you're doing everything you can, and as long as you are trying to learn from that place or situation that you have, then it's perfect. It's a really good opportunity to you to understand. So I was speaking with Emily as well. Like, it's not the first time that you're going for Thai food, right? So she's gonna go again for Thai food. She knows what it might be, the things that she can improve next time. So now we decide that, for example, on Thai cuisine, sometimes it's not enough vegetables, so she will add for an extra veggies. That's it. That's a really good point. She's improving so much, so then you don't need to feel bad about you going for food out. And it can be the same situation if you're going for fries, if you're going for pizza, if you're going for burgers or ice cream, you can do something else. But the thing is that sometimes we're quite shy to ask the waiter, oh, is any extra? Can I have a fitness version or whatever? Because you might feel, okay, this is boring. But but it depends. And now remember, if you are asking for fitness options and if you are the fitness guy in your group, you are the cooler. Now being fitness is cool. Before it's not, but now it's getting cooler. Every single place that I'm going for my courses is more people working out while they are on holidays. So that's crazy. Before it used to be, oh, that fitness person, but now you going to the gym, you eating healthy is really cool. So you are a cool person now. Before for me it was like, oh my God, he's so boring, blah, blah, blah. But now look at it. That's cool, right? So perfect. So what I want you to do right now is grabbing your notepad, a pen, because we're gonna do a bit of work. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions, and I want to make sure that today you are stopping me if you don't understand anything from the questions, because the questions is quite tricky. See, it's quite tricky, but please do take with me those 15 minutes left that we got from the call to you to understand the questions, to write them down, because remember, the brain and the hands are the ones that they are the most connected. So if you are writing things down, you're going to make sure that you're going to apply them in real life situations. See?
Yeah.
So amazing, amazing, amazing. Now let me know if you can see my screen here. Now probably yes, right? Perfecto. So now, how to eat when eating out. So the first one that we're going to cover is mainly what are my beliefs regards to eating out, what are the people beliefs regards to eating out, and what is society's belief to eating out. It's three main things that you need to understand first. Your point of view, the people around you point of view, and society's point of view. It's three things that we need to understand, because we go our own perception of things, we got people's perception, and then we got society perceptions. Yeah. So you're gonna do one by one by one, and I want you to have an answer if it's possible. It doesn't need to be a long answer, but for each of them. And then out of those answers, I want you to ask yourself if you are happy with them or not, and why. See, in the meantime that you are answering those questions, and it's up to you if you answer them. If you don't answer, it's on you, because again, I'm giving you what is helping me out to eat out and not getting body fat or anything. All right. So I will give you a couple of ideas if you don't understand. So like, for example, what are my beliefs? Like, for example, my belief when I'm eating out is that it's possible to eat what I need to eat and also enjoying different type of food. For me, it's not good or bad food. I can have pizza for lunch, but I know how to make them work for my fitness journey. That's my belief. Before, my belief it was that eating out, it was impossible. I have to bring my takeaway box with me from home and cooking with it, if that makes sense. But that was my belief before, and now not. So you can unmute yourself if you got questions regards to it if it's not clear, because this is quite deep question. That's fitness psychology questions.
Usually for me, eating out means eating fish. And all my friends know me. When we are in a place and there is fish, they literally order for me because they know that's my choice all the time.
Okay, but now that's perfect. But now you need to
Yeah,
ask
but I
yourself.
never actually question me if I can eat something else.
Aha, there you go. Do you see that's a powerful thing about this question? So now you need to
Yeah.
ask yourself with a bit of pause after it, is like, am I really happy me eating fish all the time? And am I happy that people understand that I'm the person that always is gonna ask for fish? Yes or no? Because it's fine. It's fine. But are you happy with it? Is that something? And then why?
I
Why?
enjoy fish, but I would like time to time eat something else. Yeah.
So write them down what it might be. Like, for example, I want to go and go for different type of meats, or maybe different type of carb options. And then from there, we can just work then after one-to-one and say, okay, this is what I want. This is what I want people to think about me, or to have a perspective of me. And also, this is the people's perception. If that makes sense. Like, for example, now, what are the beliefs of the people that you hang around when you're going for food? Like, for example, the people that you go around, they usually think that food is a way to connect with people,
Yeah.
to have a conversation, or maybe it's a way for them to get away from their problems, or their stresses, what it might be. You need to kind of like, and we know, but sometimes we don't want to think about it.
Yeah.
So what is those beliefs that people that the people that you go out and that you eat out have?
It happens to us, like you go out with your friends and it's like, yeah, just eat a lot and drink and whatsoever. And especially when you're done, they always fucking ask you like, oh, why you not, oh, are you on diet? So it's like just a way to shut them up. It's like, okay, because if you are eating healthy, at least it happened to me hundreds of times. It's like, oh, don't want a burger? No, I want something like that. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're always eating healthy. Blah, blah. What's going on? You have to enjoy life, mate. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. Yeah, sometimes it's gonna happen until now. Even though now, as I told you, it's changing the trends. Now eating healthier, eating fitness in some way is cool. Like, people want it. And when they have a friend that they are doing that, they say, oh wow, are you doing fitness? Where are you doing it? Can I go with you? That happens now. But it's gonna still people like Daniel's situation that is gonna tell them, hey, what's going on with you? What's wrong? So when you have these type of situations, that's something that you need to question. I don't want to change your friends because they are your friends, and in some way they're helping you out to be social. But you need to ask yourself deeply: is the right people to hang around if they are gonna judge me based on the choices I want to take on my own life? That's on you. In my case, that's something that I will consider myself, because if they are judging me, either if I'm doing good or bad, not sure, but that's on you. That's a question that you need to ask yourself. All right, because sometimes we hang around with people just to for the sake of not feeling alone. But if you're hanging around with them because they are quality people, they're supporting you, they are true friends. All right, so it's up to you. So for the sake of not being alone, I would prefer being alone than people judging me, if that makes sense. But that's me. See?
Yeah.
Any question in regards to this one, so we can move to the next one?
No, that's clear, my friend. I have.
Perfect. Is that someone else want to share something in regards to society beliefs or people's beliefs to the group?
For me, eating out is just having a cheat meal. That's why I work out, so I can have my cheat meal.
Yeah, that's good. Like The Rock. The Rock have like 10,000 calories cheat day once a week. 10,000 calories, but that guy is, I think, 2 meters and he's like 4 meters.
10,000 calories in one meal?
No, in one day.
Ah, wow, yeah.
That it would explode.
I know, it's crazy,
Yeah,
right?
still, I don't think I ever eat half of that in my day.
But something curious here, girls and boys, is like a man will be able to eat more than a woman just for the apple, Adam's apple. This is
Okay, I
us.
hate you guys.
Yeah, I know. So this Adam's apple help us to eat more and to burn the calories faster than you girls. I know, sucks. But now let's go to the next one. So now make another little space when you're gonna ask this question. If something might make me feel bad when I am eating out, what is it and why? Like for example, if you're having fries, or if you're having burger, or if you're having ice cream, or if you're having a salad, what it might feel if he's making you feel happy about it after an hour, the next day, or if he's making you feel like shit. What is it? Those feelings? Is like, is that making you feel bad eating out?
Yes, sometimes yes. It's a lot of hate feeling, very weird.
Okay, so now you need to put the what is it? Those feelings, like for example, okay, feeling like shit, feeling like I'm a failure, whatever, and why as well. Because the next day I feel more fluffy, example, or like I weighed myself and I gained 2 kilos, or I can see my face more bloated than normal, or my belly. What is it mainly and why?
So
Is-
it's all of that plus knowing that that cheat meal makes you to be farther or more difficult away to get your target, to accomplish your goal.
Mhm. So write on this down. Write it down.
Yeah.
Okay, Danielle, because if you're not writing this down, then you're just gonna repeat the process.
Can
Yes.
I add something?
Yeah, of course.
So for me, I think it's more of like a social thing.
Uh-huh.
Like there's definitely groups of people that I feel like if I went out for lunch with and they knew that I was on a meal plan as someone that's trying to lose like a good amount of weight,
Mhm.
if I say I was like, right, I'm gonna enjoy myself this one meal, I'm gonna get like a burger or a
Mhm.
pizza or something like that. I feel like I'd be extra self-conscious about like other people's perception of what I'm eating right then.
That's true, and that's quite tricky. All right.
I'll add to that as well.
I know, I know. So the only thing is like that's just a self-conscious thinking that you're having.
Yeah.
And when that self-conscious thinking happens, is like the only way to you to work or deal with that, it has mainly is remembering yourself that if it's dinner or if it's lunch, what else you've been doing before having that meal. Makes sense. Like for example, you need to reinforce yourself and tell yourself sometimes like, okay, I'm having dinner, I'm having this pizza and burger. However, my breakfast, it was on top, my lunch, it was on top. I was still doing my steps. And tomorrow I'm still having a fitness plan to follow tomorrow. So sometimes I know that I wish I can have a more cool answer, but it is you having the perception of them, because sometimes you know what happens. Sometimes they don't give a fuck. Sometimes they are not thinking that. Sometimes yes, sometimes not. But most of the time, people, us, we are so selfish that sometimes we are not thinking that. Sometimes they are horrible. Sometimes they will be horrible. But yes, just remember yourself. You know what? I'm having this pizza because I've been doing my work. I'm earning that.
Yeah. Yes.
And just say it if you can aloud. You go to the toilet for a bit and just say to yourself, look at the mirror. I know it sounds like really weird, but I used to do that. So now I can eat out without feeling bad and without gaining weight or gaining extra body fat, because I know how everything is working before. That makes sense. See? So please, guys, remember to have an answer for this, yeah? Now, let's go to the next one. What can I do and cannot do when I'm eating out, and why? Like, for example, what can I do? Maybe I can ask for extra protein, or look more farther on the menu and look what is the extra they got, and maybe you can have salad, or maybe you can have more protein there, or maybe I can ask the waiter, what is it that I can do more, and what is the thing that I cannot?
Something I do when I'm not having my fish in the plate and I have something else, like I don't control what it is. It's like before I start eating in the restaurant with all my friends, I drink a full pint of water. So when I start eating, it's like feeling I'm already full. So I don't need to finish the plate, something like that. So I force myself to drink that pint of water before start the first piece of my meal.
Good.
But I don't know. Everyone has his own tricks.
Exactly. Like for example, I want to share one of my tips as well that has been working with me. Like for example, yesterday, and I forgot to take that to share the picture on the WhatsApp group, but I will share after this. I
Yeah.
got two packages of cookies, and they've been like that, so quite big. So what I do, I will have them, both of them, which is about 1,500 calories, both of them. Okay, which is equal to 3 main meals. I will have them, but before that, I will wait between 15 to 20 minutes after having them. And then I can have them. So what I'm teaching myself is like, you will have them, but you will wait until I will do it. Makes sense? I know it sounds like really bad in some way, but you are teaching your instincts, because sometimes when you're stressed, when you are sad, you just want to eat it and you just eating it like, oh my God. But if you have the cookie or the thing, you serve it and it's in front of you, next to you, and you say, okay, in 10 minutes, you put a timer, in 10 minutes, I will have them. That's when you realize that you have a good relationship with food.
Oh,
I
I
know.
never have tried that. Okay,
I know.
wait.
Yes. So this is one of the things that help me out to overcome eating disorders.
How long do you recommend to wait?
Minimum 5 minutes. If you say to yourself, okay, I will have the brownie that I want to have the ice cream, but after 5 minutes, I will have them. And it can be a little test as well to see how's your progression in regards to relationship with food. Because if you are sad or you are stressed at work and then you want that chocolate and you eat it instantly, you are telling your brain that that thing is helping you out to feel less stress.
Mhm.
And then you're creating a coping mechanism. And that coping mechanism is not one of the best in the long term. In the short term, yeah.
I
But
have
then-
a really bad relationship in that sense with ice cream.
That's perfect.
When I buy the ice cream, usually I eat them all. Oh,
Mhm.
the
Well,
whole thing.
Ice cream
So
is
if I buy a half of a liter, I will eat whole.
in one go.
Like-
That's me, for example. I can have a liter as well, and I will finish a liter. But now I can still finish in the liter. It's no problem. I won't feel bad for having them. No way. I will enjoy 100%.
Okay.
But the only thing is like I will ask myself, how am I feeling? Am I feeling okay? Or am I feeling it because I'm feeling like shit? If I'm feeling like shit, I will still eating it, but we'll wait 5 to 10 minutes and then I will have them.
Okay.
And that's how you're working your emotional intelligence.
Okay, because my solution was stop buying it, but I still
No.
think that I want to eat it.
Of course, that's that then it will happen that over time, then once you have a little situation to you to have ice cream, you will have everything you can. And it won't be a liter, it will be 2-3 liters, so it will be for a full week, for a full month, and then you will disappear from your fitness journey because you just being increasing the desire of ice cream because you think it's bad. Nothing is bad.
Okay.
See?
The problem is when you have those cravings and you have to not do it because you have a competition, you have to do the weighing and so on. That's the problem.
You need to think it not as a problem, but you can just find a way to teach yourself that you will have them, but now it's more important things than that. You know, and just remember yourself, okay, I go this competition, what this competition is going to help me to overcome and what means that competition to me. When I used to do the fitness modeling and the fitness competitions, of course, because I was doing it for too long, it happened the eating disorder thing because I was stopping myself for too long. But sometimes you're required to do a bit of discipline, but as long as you are telling yourself that it's going to be for a bit, it won't be for the long term. Make sense?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to suck it up. It's going to work as long as it's worth it for you. Yeah. So now let's go to the next one. Any questions in regards to this one, or what can I do or cannot do? Anyone want to share like what you can do next time and maybe what you cannot do when you're eating out? Because if you're not working on this, you will still having the same shit all over again where you're eating out. And you will be in this circle. And this where you're feeling good and feeling bad, and you're feeling good, feeling bad. So if you're not working right now, what you can do and what you cannot do, it's gonna be really hard for you to end up this cycle. This is the solution to you to eat out without feeling bad and knowing that you are doing
There
your
is
work.
one thing that I usually don't feel like I'm in control on when I'm eating out is always associated with alcohol. So it's sometimes it's difficult because you just sit and they are pouring your glass with wine or something. It's like,
Me and Amir spoke about this earlier. So I'm going away next weekend. And he was like, okay, so what do you think you're going to have? And I know that we're going to have, the wine is going to come out in the evening. It's going to happen. And he said, so the wine that you're going to consume is probably about 2 portions worth of carbs that you might have within your day. So what can you do to be able to have that wine but not compromise your plan? Because you're not having it as a cheat meal, you're having it as a normal part of your day. So on that day, I just won't have carbs unless I really desperately felt like I needed them, but I don't think I will. So I'll just have a very high protein, probably like some avocado or like high fat stuff that day, because then I'm not having the carbs as well as the wine. I'm having the wine as a replacement for the carbs that day, which will then enable me to enjoy it later on without like screwing up my plan, really. Is that right, Amir? Is that what we said earlier?
Exactly. And yes,
That's-
Emily,
I
this is
remember
one of the body transformation that we've been accomplishing so far, like on point. And you can tell the guys as well that you haven't been dieting like crazy or doing crazy shit, right? You've been doing like what you can do.
I eat out all the time, like a worrying amount. So
There you
I
go.
really had to like figure out how to eat out several times a week because my friends are always out, always doing stuff, and still be able to lose the weight.
There you go. So that's the thing,
Mhm.
guys. Okay, is sometimes you need to hear from you from your own situations, guys. But it's possible. But the thing is, like sometimes you just need to do little things. You are different people. You're not the same people because you're investing time, energy, and money on your fitness, on your health. So sometimes you need to do little things. I know it might be weird because other people don't do it, and you feel like, fuck, why I'm doing this? So easy just to have a pint and to have pizza. And
Tell me about
I'm
it.
not doing any of the shit of Emir is asking me to do. But sometimes it is really important, guys. Okay. But now let's go to the next one. So the next one it is what I haven't tried yet that I know that I can potentially work on for my own benefit and also why. Like maybe you haven't tried to ask the waiter for extra protein, for example, or you haven't tried to tell your friends, hey, let's try to go for this vegan burger rather than this normal burger, or let's go for a fitness smoothie in this place rather than going to the normal ice cream shop, example, or what it might be, or maybe when you're having a coffee with your friends and you're having the usual coffee and cake, maybe you can say, hey, let's go for a walk, let's have the cake and the coffee, but let's go for a walk and do that in the same time rather than just sitting down. What you haven't tried yet on social situations that you know that it can be a benefit in your group, in your social environment?
Earlier, me and Harley went into Bristol city centre, and usually we might get a milkshake. It's got ice cream in it, it's got Oreos in it, it's good. But we got the frozen low-fat yogurt and fruit smoothie option. I got mine with, are they chia seeds?
Chia seeds, yeah.
Chia seeds, and Harley got hers with protein, and it was even more delicious than the
They were very
milkshakes.
tasty.
They were so tasty.
There
And
you
it
go.
was like be able to enjoy it more, and still have made like, yeah, what was a really nice choice.
There you go,
Mm.
guys. Do you see? That's a very good.
Another thing that
Yes, carry on.
sorry. Another thing that I find is since starting my meal plan with you, Amir,
Mhm.
I found that there's been a couple of weeks where I've kind of plateaued or I've got like a bit of flavor fatigue or like my weight has started to creep up a little bit. And I've found that if I just have like one cheat meal or one bad meal, like say for example, I had McDonald's a week or so ago, and then after having that, my body kind of re-kicks in after I have that bad meal, and actually my metabolism kicks back in, and so the weight comes right back off. So I think sometimes you can actually use things that are bad as a positive like tool, and it's nice to have it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was explaining to Daniel, and Daniel doesn't want it.
Daniel, not Daniel.
Daniel in English, Daniel in Spanish.
Daniel, no. That sounds like delusional. No, it's Daniel. All right.
Daniel.
Daniel.
Danielle, yeah.
But you
Yeah.
see, guys, that's really important. It is really important to have that kind of like cheat meal because is kicking off your metabolism. And that's what we've been doing as well with Emily and with Hurley. They are eating normal. They are not starving themselves. When you're starving
Mhm.
yourself, that's when you are breaking your metabolism, and then we need to fixate it, which is harder to do that. But remember your protein to every single of you. You're not having that protein, that's when you're gonna
Mm.
get fat.
I do feel the protein, obviously, and the diets is the last month and a half. Man, I'm quite aggressive. I feel it, like the testosterone and so on, especially because of the beef and the trin and so on. I mean, in the good way, obviously. So I tell you, there's a difference.
There you go. Do you see? So well done. Now let's go to the next one, which is what meals can I manage over and why? What is the meals that you can have control over, that you can manage? Maybe it is, as I told you, breakfast, maybe it's your snacks, maybe it is lunch. Because when you're eating out, it's not like you will eat out and you will eat out the full day, which might be, but most of the times your friends and the people that you're going out, they will be free in the evenings or in the weekends.
Mhm.
So if you know already, and that's happening in England, because English people, they help us Latin people to be more responsible with timings because we're really horrible at that. You plan in advance. You know, if you're gonna have an eat out, like Emily go, I think like a month of things that you will do. In my case, if I want to go out, it will be 10 minutes before, and then I will say to the people, we are horrible. We are horrible for that. So what you can manage, what you can manage about it. So then you're not feeling bad. So right down there, okay, I can manage breakfast. I can manage maybe my meals before going out, or the next day I will do this and this to reinforce. What is it? So write them down. See,
Mhm.
write them down. Now let's go to the next one, because I go about 8 minutes and I want to have time for questions, but write them down in the meantime. The next one, it is, are my meals out within my control, and why? So when you are eating out most of the time, do you think that you have control over, or is mainly the environment, is mainly the group? What is it, the thing that is having control over the decisions when you're going out? Like, for example, in your case, Claudia, when you're having the drink, is somebody else pouring that drink on your cup, or is you pouring the drink on the glass?
Sometimes. I mean,
Okay.
for food, nobody forces me to eat anything that I don't want, and they know
Oh.
me already. For example, when I order a burger, before I started with you, I mean, all my life, I guess. When I
Mhm.
order a burger and the burger came with chips, I never touch the chips, and my friends know, so they start to like take my chips and distributing between them. So
Mhm.
nobody forces me to eat anything that I don't want to eat. But
Perfect.
sometimes the alcohol is I was dancing, for example, in Boteco, and sometimes when I find someone and I know they just go to the bar and they return to the place I'm dancing with the tequila shots in the hands that they already have paid. So it's a situation that I feel really bad saying no there, because I don't know.
Okay. It's,
Yes.
it's tricky, but okay. So
Mm.
now you need to ask yourself how often that situation might happen. And also you need to be true to yourself. So then alcohol is on decisions of other people and not me. And that's okay. But you need to put it there on your piece of paper so then you are aware of.
Mhm.
Yeah, but on food, not. On drink, yes. So you need to write down. And then you need to ask yourself why it is that I'm allowing people to have decisions over me over alcohol. Is maybe because they pay like 10 pounds for a shot, and that's really, I feel bad. Okay, why am I feeling bad? Because I don't know them, or maybe I know them, they've been spending their money and it feels horrible, and I'm eating, I'm out, I want to have fun. So if you put in that, then you are just aware of. But then maybe you can just say, okay, I know that we have tequilas probably, or I will have this shot. And maybe it's once a week, or maybe it's 2 times a week, maybe it's 3 times a week. And then you can tell me, Emir, is usually between 3 to 4 shots, or 5 to 10 pints a week. Then we need to do the math, and then it will be 10 pints equal a week will be about 5,000 calories. So we need to reduce that from your normal foods of things that we can exchange, and then you can have them that in the week. You can still reducing body fats, but we just need to have that information.
Oh yeah, no, it's not that bad. It probably is in once per week, maybe three tequilas, but the ones who are like,
So we need to write
Yeah.
down them, you know,
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
is Emily, you want to say something?
What are, like, if we're gonna have a drink,
Mhm.
what are better options that we can choose that still means we can have a drink, but like maybe a less calorie dense,
So
or like,
good question. So my important thing is like I love beer. I love beer so much, especially with lime and a beer salt is amazing. But it nowadays is making me feel bloated. Okay, and it's stopping me a lot to keep dancing and stuff. So I'm changing my drink. So the drink that I will have, it will be the spirit. So in my case will be rum or whiskey with lime juice, and that's it. So you as long as you're choosing an spirit, something that will be low calorie with it, then you find
what about the gin tonic with the low calorie tonic water?
that would be a good one. However, also you can choose any other spirits and have them. Also, you can have Diet Coke as well with any of the spirits. But you just need
Oh,
to ask
yeah.
yourself, what is the side effects of you having that? The side effects mainly will be really simple. Maybe you're feeling a bit bloated, maybe you're feeling a bit funny, and then you won't dance, so you won't have fun with your people as usual. But that will be my recommendation. Yeah. And for men, the more beer you got, the more estrogen you got. So then you will have female titties, okay? Like you will have titties in the long term.
What?
I
Really?
know it's been proved recently. So for reason I'm reducing my beer.
No
I
way.
love my beer, but it might happen. It might not happen.
What?
It will happen. Yeah, I know.
so if you're a man drinking beer, then you'll get boobies, you're saying.
In the long term, yeah, because it got a lot of estrogen, the beer.
So what if you're a woman? Do your boobs
It-
get bigger? How does that work?
No, just for men.
Right.
Just for men, sorry.
I have saved this for tomorrow.
That's a Peruvian beer, guys. The one that she's having is really nice. It's a
I mean,
really,
in my case, for my genetics, like I got to be very careful because like I'm endomorpho, so endomorpho?
yes, in the more.
Yeah, endomorpho. So it's like I got to be very careful with that because I mean, it doesn't matter what, I'm very easy to gain weight.
So that's the thing. So you just need to think about it. In my case, now I'm having that in between the spirits and then 1 pint, probably max when I'm going out. And I'm going out usually for dancing Friday, Saturday, and sometimes Sundays. So it's 3 days a week that I go
Oh,
out.
that's a good workout.
I know. The thing is like people get annoyed because I cannot stop dancing. And I need a partner to dance all the time. But anyway, so now let's go to the next one. The next one is people and the events the thing that I'm going is stronger than taking my own decisions? If it's yes or no, I just want to reinforce yes, not. Why? Because at the end, we are in the era that we like empowerment, right? Like women empowerment, human being empowerment. Now everything is becoming equal and neutral. Then is that fair to you that you are fighting for you to be equal and to have your own decisions, that then somebody else is coming and saying, okay, you just drink because I'm telling you to drink in some way subconsciously? Not sure, that's on you, that's not me. But are you happy when you're taking your own decisions, or is somebody else taking the decisions for you?
Me.
Okay, so you need to ask yourself in every single situation, food-wise, dessert, alcohol, the place that you're going, and then also that you're feeling heard from your group, like when you're saying something, are they taking into consideration your opinion? Or say, no, we're going here. Say, that's interesting. I thought they've been my friends. If they're not also considering my point of view, what's the point of having them for friends?
So, a little like struggle that I had is that my parents aren't very supportive of the fact that I go to the gym.
Mhm.
They think I'm going to get big like a man and I'm going to be full of muscles and all that kind of stuff. So they never want to hear about it. And they never really took it seriously. But once I started to see them, and I started to make progress, I really had to put my foot down and be like, no, I'm making good choices, and I'm thinking of my own future and I'm using my own autonomy, and I think it's about ownership and taking control of your own decisions and what you're doing, And I actually think it kind of forces people to give you a bit more respect about it as well.
Exactly.
Absolutely, Harley. I mean, I can tell you that once you start in the way of the fitness, everybody's gonna throw stones at you. Everybody. Like,
Yeah.
since the most stupid thing you can hear, like, oh, you shouldn't drink protein, you know, it's like it's gonna attack your liver and bullshit like that. Is the way. You just hit it harder in the gym. Use that
Yeah.
hate in the workouts.
And
Literally,
remember
that-
your why. Remember your why
Yeah.
and remember what happens to you before and why you're doing that.
Hmm.
Okay.